Welcome to a slightly longer than usual Woodland Tales video. This one covers some of the things that we did to get ready for spring over the last few months. It's a little different to the other videos, but we hope you enjoy watching it anyway. Well, firstly, Simon is braving the cabin roof to clear the debris from the winter storms. He gets that done every year because if we didn't, the debris would build up and become quite a heavy burden for the roof to carry. And importantly, the last thing we need is for fir trees to start taking root up there from seedlings. Meanwhile, I'm in the cabin cleaning the inside windows. It's quite nice actually because it's such a lovely view out there. We just need clean windows to see it better. Can you hear Simon on the roof? I'm glad he hasn't come through. So that's the inside windows done, and we can tick that one off. Time to get the outside ones done now. I need to get these wooden decorative glazing bars off first without snapping them. Then I can brush off all the cobwebs and the leaves. Wait for it, folks. This is the outtake I've left in.
You nearly got loads of it.
After that funny little mishap, it's time to get back to what I was doing.
Let's see if we can find this tool to get rid of them things.
Yeah. Well, that roof is looking pretty darn good now. Well done, Simon, for making such a good job of it. Simon is taking off the decorative glazing bars from both of the doors. I'd forgotten they were screwed on after trying to pull them off, just like I did with the windows. Time to get the windows, the frames and the doors washed outside now. It doesn't take that long to get freezing cold hands when they're wet in this weather. I never think to wear gloves.
Good luck.
Yeah, better. What are we doing today then?
Starting off a dead hedge, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, today we're going to be doing some dead hedging, which is an amazing way of using all the brash up and creating a really good habitat for small mammals, birds and insects. So this is how we're going to do it.
Right here. And there.
Not going to be too. Yay, it's time to start filling in with the sticks, brash, bracken, whatever we can find really to create this dead hedging. It takes a long time to build up, but it's really well worth the effort. Now everyone will do this slightly differently, but there are no rules to how you build up the dead hedge. What I will say though is it's best to get a really good foundation of long sticks initially and then add the shorter stuff like brash, bracken and so on. But make sure to interweave some of the longer sticks into the shorter stuff to hold it all together. Hopefully you'll see how I've done it and you'll see how I've pushed the longer sticks into the shorter ones. I've just got back from feeding the wildlife. I didn't film it for you this time because you've actually seen me do it so many times, haven't you? You've seen what I feed them and where. So I didn't think it would be very interesting. And then actually it's really very windy out there. So you just get like a whole load of wind noise because I haven't got one of those microphone things. What are they? Dead cats? Whatever. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, yeah, I don't have one of those to protect the microphone so you can cut out wind noise. So it's been very, very hard work today because when you create a dead hedge, it's the foundations that are hard to begin with, putting the posts in and then weaving the longer branches in and out just to create a good foundation. Because if you don't get the foundations right, then the whole thing will just collapse at some point. I've wanted to be doing this for so long now, but other things had taken a priority. So at last we've made a start. So hopefully you'll find that really, really interesting, because dead hedges are really pretty awesome because they create such a great wildlife habitat for birds and the small mammals and insects. And it's a great way also to use some of the brash that's lying around that I keep tripping over. would like to say though, it's not just Simon that's done that. Before he gets the credit for it. I've actually spent a couple of hours doing the dead hedging, but I'm so tired now that I'm really not able to do anything else, so poor me. I thought I'd just catch up with you for 5 minutes. So I've just arrived in the wood. It's Good Friday today, and I thought I'd just come down and do a few things. Only those few things, I actually not sure that I can do them now because I've forgotten half the stuff. That's just typical me. But we've had a kind of a weird few weeks, really. You know, we had so many plans of what we were going to do, and I wanted to record this video and get it out to you. But then Simon got COVID and he was really quite rough with it. So, you know, and because I'm vulnerable, you know, because I'm immunosuppressed, it means that we've had to be really, really careful. So isolating from each other, which has been quite a challenge, but we've managed it, and I've escaped the COVID bullet, thankfully. But it was my intention to come down today just so that I could clean the cabin. I thought that that might be something that I could do that on my own, because we actually want to continue with the dead hedging when we're both down here. So anyway, I'll just go and chill. I'll find a nice sunny spot and just chill out and listen to the birds. So yeah. Well, I actually didn't chill out, which is typical of me. I managed to get the cabin swept and tidied up, which is more than I expected that I'd get done. It's something that really upsets me. Every time that I come into the cabin and I do a bit of sweeping in here, I come across, feels like hundreds of wood lice. And of course, what really bothers me about that is, I mean, I know people might not understand this, but for me, we built this cabin in the woodland and we built the cabin in their habitat. And so something that we've done is now killing the wood lice, and this is their home. And it makes me feel really bad, and we have to do something about it, because I really can't carry on just ignoring this. And it's year round, so it is a problem. I'll show you what I mean. The dead wood lice are all around the edge of the cabin. They're never in the middle of the floor, so they're not getting anywhere else. And there's copious amounts of sealant all the way around, and yet they're still getting in. There is a floor protectant on the wood of the floorboards, but again, you would have thought that that would deter anything from coming in. Obviously the protectant is killing them, and that makes me feel so bad. So we will get that sorted, and we'll keep you posted how we're getting on with that. Long live the wood lice. Oh, honestly, I'm sweeping, but it feels like every time I turn my back, pine needles are there again. So yeah, I'm sweeping and I don't seem to be able to get anywhere. I hope there's no mice. There's more wood lice over here. Let me just show you. Oh, poor little wood lice. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, looking around, I've made a really good start and I'm pleased with what I've done, considering I left half of stuff at home that I needed. But I'm having a good tidy out in here. Yeah, there's still quite a lot to do, I have to say, but yeah, I will get there. But you saw earlier in this video that we'd cleaned the windows and we got the roof cleared of the debris from the storms over the winter. So inside the cabin is kind of the last thing that we wanted to get done. So that was my intent for today, until I realised I'd forgotten half of the stuff. What I'd really like to do in here is to have a few shelves up. Only a couple, not too many. And I'd love to have some knickknacks in here to make it all look pretty and cottagey. And a tea set on one shelf with a cake stand. I like a tea party. I'd just like to make it look like a beautiful little quaint log cabin in the middle of the woods, in a remote woods. Yeah, that's my dream. I don't think it's going to happen though, because it's a log store and it's a working shed, so I can dream. The string that you can see us using here is to provide a straight line to work from, to make sure the dead hedging is in line with our boundary. Yeah. It's back-breaking work doing this, but Simon just can't stop now. Dead hedging is so addictive because in your head you think just one more branch, but then another half an hour easily flies by. The reward though is to see the dead hedge really starting to take shape. We think it's looking so good now, and it's been well worth the hard work. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Woodland Tales. Please don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment to let us know if you enjoyed this. Until next time, all our love from Yew Tree Wood. I want to show you something that really upsets me. Every time I come into the cabin and I do some sweeping, I come across so many of the what are they called?